I go almost daily to buy kebab from the same place, close both to my house and my workplace. There is this underpaid and overworked Arab guy that makes the kebab. I always tip 50%. He always packs my kebab with more meat than usual. He also knows how I like it, big and spicy with all the sauces and a diet Pepsi. He gets very happy when he sees me and he calls me boss and brother. Today I was sad as fuck, but the hello boss, the usual, made me feel better. Kebab heals people. Halal food always makes my stomach feel alright. Anyways, Anon is homosexual.
If you had a bad day and you're feeling shitty, you gotta get yourself a cabinet kitty. Ow!
Be me. Sad, depressed, more than suicidal thoughts. Dad notices. Thinks it's because of my siblings. Thinks I don't get enough attention. Takes me to the planetarium every other weekend because I love space. Falls asleep every time because he's working 12 hours a day. He always takes me. Still alive. Thanks, Dad.
I don't know what the hell that is. Is it a lynx? What is that?
Definitely not a domestic cat.
This is so crazy.
Meals that helped me lose over 200 pounds so far and go from this to this. And since the World Series is going on, I'm going to update a classic. Start off, I'm taking 3 of these low-calorie buns and hitting the hot pan with some spray and toasting up those buns. Then I'm taking 3 of these smoked turkey dogs, 45 calories a piece. Once those are done, hit them with some mustard, and I'm using this chili dog sauce. 5 servings of that, and then I'm taking 2 servings of this fat-free cheese. Give it a nice little rinse, get the coating off, dry it off, and then throw it on there. Throw it in the microwave and give it a good melt. And if you've been here a while, you can probably guess this was coming. Some jalapenos and some spicy pickles, because why not? 435 calories and 57 grams of protein. That's why it's one of my
Co-workers tell me boss reviews the footage every night I work. Best co-worker tells me boss looking for reasons to fire me. Next night I come in with around 3 to 4 lassos of thin fishing line. Act as if 1 meter just walking around but secretly leaving lines on doors. Pull doors and drawers closed magically. 2 days later co-workers tell me my boss has been and stop replaying footage where I close a door magically. Get a little more daring. Tie fishing line around head, put on hat. Tie end to cigarette. Low gravity spin cigarette into my mouth. My face when next night co-workers tell me boss is schizophrenic and retired. Me and co-worker look at the footage of my nefarious acts. My face when they could all see the fishing line. My face when I wasn't subtle at all. My face when my boss is just a schizoid and everyone thinks him autistic.
I don't have anything funny to say for this video, but apparently if you just say, "For the boys," all these guys will just come in and like your video and watch it.
They dumped 12,000 tons of orange peels here and came back 16 years later. A man and this woman had graduated from Princeton University and was pursuing a career in saving ecosystem. And they came up with a project for this specific forest suffering. Within weeks, they had 12,000 tons of orange peels dumped at this location. But due to complaints and a lawsuit, the project would end up being cut short. And over time, the orange peels would just rot and it was forgot about. But 16 years later, some younger college students came to that exact location looking for the whole scene. But when they got there, they didn't find anything. While looking for clues, they came across this sign that was in the pictures that the researchers had took years ago, but that's when it hit them. This forest that they was in was actually the result of all the orange peels being dumped there. And this was actually the plan of the man and woman that started the project the whole time.
Whoa! Whoa, dog takes down cheetah. Oh my god.
15-year-old dude pretended to be a 14-year-old girl on Tinder. A P-word started talking to him. They agreed to go out. When they arrived, the P-word was expecting a 14-year-old girl. He found a 15-year-old boy dressed as Spider-Man that beat his ass. Welcome to Brazil. What do you think is the single greatest photograph in history? The photo of Bruce McCandless floating untethered in space. Prepare to meet thy god. A bomb disposal expert walks to defuse a potential explosive device in Northern Ireland. 1970. In the same respect as craziness happening before people's eyes, I'd like to submit this photo a smart photographer managed to take of the crowd watching as the South Tower collapsed on 9/11. For me it's this picture of a nuclear blast a fraction of a second after it detonated, by Harold Eugene Edgerton. The Priest and the Dying Soldier by actor Rondon Lavera. The priest was known in the town and so neither side shot at him. He spent the battle picking up the wounded and giving last rites to the dying. German soldiers react to footage of concentration camps. Saturn. The Earth is visible too. The bright spot on the left, that's us. This is the modern equivalent of the pale blue dot. I'd say that Tank Man is one of the most iconic. It's two photographs, but together they tell a story. Here is Joseph Goebbels at the 1933 League of Nations. Here he is a few minutes later, after finding out the photographer was Jewish. Nagasaki from ground level. Into the jaws of death. That would have been my vote, too. So dread-inducing. I ain't lying when I say that I have yet to see a photograph that can top this one.
I sit by myself, talking to the moon.
Best I can tell, Minion is a mix of Pug, Beagle, and Dachshund. We're going to find out as much as we can about him. We've got a DNA test. You're going to have to brush your teeth and gums for about 15 seconds, Minion. Good boy. Then we'll put him in this box and mail him to the lab. Minion, I'm completely shocked at the results. How do you not have any beagle in you? I can't believe it. You sound like a beagle. You do, but hey, it even says there's Chihuahua in you. Either way, you're 100% good boy.
5 reasons why you actually don't deserve your cat. Number 1, cats purr at a frequency that improves bone density and heals muscles and tendons. Cats are free physical therapy with whiskers. Number 2, owning a cat can lower your risk for heart disease. In fact, cat owners are 30% less likely to have a stroke. Number 3, they make you more attractive. A study showed that 90% of single women saw men with cats in their pictures as caring and more nurturing, and they were more likely to swipe right, so I know now what I must do. Number 4, cats improve your immune system, especially if you're introduced to them as a child. Kids that grow up with cats are less likely to develop conditions like asthma or hay fever because their immune systems don't overreact to outside stimulus and they don't fold on themselves. Number 5, not only do cats help you live longer, they make life worth living because they fight stress, anxiety, and even fight depression. Just petting a cat can release oxytocin and reduce cortisol.
Baby! Ah! Ooh!
What free things online should everyone take advantage of? Skiplag.com for flights. It's so good that United sued them and lost. They essentially exploit the pricing manipulation that airlines use. Example, if you want to go from Phoenix to Atlanta, sometimes a ticket from Phoenix to Fort Lauderdale connecting through Atlanta is cheaper. This website finds those flights for you. Just don't check in a bag. QuickHireJobs.com gives you a list of high-paying remote jobs available. I personally use this site and secured myself a $40-hour job to work as a product reviewer. Companies send me free products every day and all I have to do is give them feedback about their products. If you have a .edu email through your school that uses Gmail, you get unlimited Google Drive storage. Also Amazon Prime is half price with an edu address. uBlock Origin, best ad blocker by a mile. Websites are 95% ads and 5% content nowadays, but uBlock brings balance to the force. Works on all browsers, even mobile. Am I blind or has nobody mentioned auto hotkey yet? Even just for simple things like my email address as a hotkey, or opening up my favorite 3 websites in my browser with a keystroke. The sky's the limit. Pass or another password manager. So many people have terrible password hygiene and all it takes is a single breach to have your whole digit life compromised. If you're in the USA and you earn less than a certain amount of money, currently $69,000, you can use the same software to file your taxes for free. The system is called Free File, and companies that sell you tax software are trying very hard to make it difficult to find. Don't let them.
A child in Tennessee got made fun of for his homemade University of Tennessee Knoxville tees, so UT made it their official shirt. When you look outside your window and see how beautiful the day is, Bean likes to be carried around in empty soda cases. Baby hippos can't swim. Here's a pic of a baby hippo getting bounced around the floor by his mommy. I sold my truck to pay for her surgery. You are the most beautiful person ever. Woman meets a mouse and invites him to a tiny picnic. He loved every minute of it. I'm playing this because I'm raising a little baby bird who fell out of their nest and I want them to feel at home.
No DNA test required.
For me, I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn! A good corn that knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. Look at this